I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Flowers and Trees. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. As we head into the late spring and early summer months of the year, one of the chores that I get to tackle is clearing out the brush. There are several parts of the property that, for whatever reason, the riding mower isn't acceptable to use to clear out the vegetation, and the shrubs and the weeds are a little too big, a little bit tough for the weed whacker. So I have to go in there with my sickle and some elbow grease and clear out the unwanted plants by hand. It's surprisingly relaxing work, but it's also very strenuous. So I enjoy it, and I also get a workout. I also get a few surprises. In one particularly overgrown part of the property, as I was clearing out the brush, I found that not only were there several flowers in the mix, there was also a tree. Granted, it was a sapling only a few feet tall, but I think you get the picture of how large and out of control these weeds can get if there was a whole tree hiding in their midst. That said, by being willing to clear out the brush and deal with a little bit of discomfort in the meantime, and by being careful not to harm the flowers and the tree that I found, I was able to find a few treasures in the midst of all that hard work. Now, this works for clearing brush and property in the country, but it also works for our spiritual meditation. Oftentimes, our minds are so filled with greed, with anger, with ignorance, that we start to wonder if there's anything good there. Sometimes we have bad days and it just seems like there's nothing but darkness. In those moments, we have to have faith, both in ourselves and in the Buddha. Faith that in the midst of all that brush, in the midst of all those shrubs and unwanted weeds, there are flowers. There are trees. They may not be easy to see, but I promise you they're there. And if we're willing to put in the work, with our chanting, with our meditation, with our sutra study, clearing out the defilements one by one, eventually those flowers will become apparent, those trees will become apparent, and will create an environment where they're able to flourish and thrive until they crowd out all of the unwanted plants in the soil of our mind. Amitabha.